What's up? You got your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. Cause today we're gonna try to answer one of the age-old mysteries in music production history. Who is Jjos? Do you know who he is? Do I know who he is? Well, we're gonna find out today. I've been searching long and hard, unraveling veil after veil after veil, trying to find out who he is. This man, single-handedly responsible of changing the course of Akai's production and probably the music production space as a whole. Jjos's software throughout the mid to late 2000s led to the improved development of the MPC 5000, the MPC Renaissance, and even the MPC X and the new generation of MPCs we have now. So who was this guy? Who is the man behind the mask? Well, I have three suspects in mind that I think might be JJ. The first suspect is Roger Lynn himself. I mean, think about it. Roger Lynn, the father of drum machines, the developer of the LM1, to the Lynn drum, to the Lynn 9000, to the MPC 60, MPC 62, MPC 3000. It's gotta be Roger. He's the only one I know that had a beef with Akai prior. Around 1996, Akai was taking information from Roger. He thought that he was gonna be a part of the process in developing the MPC 2000. So yeah, Akai was asking, hey man, what do you think about the design? Where do you think we should put the pads? Roger was like, yeah man, you should put it to the right, man. You know, it'll really help drummers out and everything like that. That's a good idea. And you know, you should put the transport controls underneath it too. They were like, oh, okay, thanks Roger. You're an awesome part of the company. We don't know what we would do without you. And give it like some months before they release the product, all of a sudden Roger gets the pink slip. They're like, yeah, we gotta let you go, Roger. He's like, hey man, I thought you said you don't know what you would do without me. They're like, yeah, we kind of figured out what we would do without you. Sorry, man, good luck with everything though. He was like, hold on. And then Roger pulled out a phone book stack of paper and was like, yeah, you know I have these designed patents, right? They were like, oh, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you royalties forever. And they pretty much was until around 2004 when the company was purchased by the owner of Newmark. All of a sudden the royalties ceased. So it's gotta be Roger, unless it's suspect number 2, and that's none other than, you guessed it, MPC Dan. Think about it. Who else but MPC Dan? After the release of the MPC 1000, the 2500, and the debacle of the MPC 5000, Akai had some cleaning up to do. And who did they put to the job? MPC Dan. Everywhere MPC Dan went, he was bombarded by Akai groupies, the MPC fanatics. They wanted answers. They were like, Dan, why can't we get a color screen? I mean, it's 2009. We want a colored screen. They were like, Dan, this time stretch is cool, but we want real time stretch. They were like, Dan, I swear, if you try to pimp these controllers on us one more time, the MPC community had it, and they took all their frustrations out on poor Dan. But I gotta give it to Dan, he held his own. He took all the brunt of the hate, he took all the complaints, and he spun it around and did his best trying to improve the MPC experience. He was in NAMM conferences taking notes. He was doing videos running up on DJ Premier with a hoodie on. MPC Dan was ready for the smoke. And during the time, most of the improvements to the Akai controller series were actually features already implemented on the Jjos. Features like the easy grid edit, which made grid editing a breeze, better than the older MPCs where it was torture to do grid editing on. It had features like a chord mode, where you just chose the note, put the chord mode setting on it, and voila, you have chords. It had an arpeggiator. JJ put an arpeggiator on the machine, to a point the MPC 5000 then came out with an arpeggiator. It even had quantized strength. You can change the strength of the quantize. Now in the newer MPCs, they have quantized strength. So it had to be MPC Dan. He had to be the one implementing all these dope features, right? I mean, it has to be. If it's not Roger, if it's not MPC Dan, there's only one other person or company I could think of. I mean, who had beef with Akai at the time? Who is Akai's arch nemesis? What company has it in for Akai? Uh-oh, I think you guessed it. The only other suspect that I could think of is actually a company. And that company is none other than Native Instruments. That was Akai's Joe Frazier to their Ali. That's Akai's Megatron to its Optimus Prime. It's DC to its Marvel. It has to be Native Instruments. During the time Native Instruments and Akai was at war, full-fledged war, no holds barred. If Akai puts out a sampler, Native Instruments puts out a sampler. If Native Instruments puts out a software controller, Akai puts out a software controller. It had to be Native Instruments. Native Instruments converted almost 40% of MPC users. It was real back then. Machine was implementing techniques and software updates at a rate that was mind-blowing. To a point it had to be them that developed the JJOS, attempting to infiltrate Akai from the inside, making all these dope JJ software updates to a point people was like, hey, I don't want the Akai OS on my system. I want JJ. So it has to be Native Instruments and Machine, right? Who else could it be behind JJ? Do you know? Do I know? Does anybody know? Let me know. So this is your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. And I'm signing off.